What's up, guys? We're back. We're back again.
Yeah, we're back and we're better than ever. And as you guys have seen, the channel has grown even more. So the grind does pay off.
Josh, we're kind of famous if you think about it. 52 people.
Yeah, dude, I went to the grocery store yesterday and someone stopped me and asked for my name.
Did you give them an autograph or do you charge for it?
I had to kindly deny. He was dressed in like this weird like police Halloween costume, and I wasn't really comfortable with that.
Oh, do you think
So
he
I
was?
just left.
Do you think he was one of them?
Yeah, I mean, the way he was looking, definitely a Thoro fan. So,
Shout out our buddy Thoro. It's my favorite guy to work out with. Is that a weird thing to say?
he's okay. He's okay to work out with.
Bro, you never
doesn't-
come to the gym with us.
Well, because you guys take too effing long, man.
That's why I said we can split off, and it will just be me and you, and then the other 5 people doing.
And
doing
then
their
they'll
own thing.
follow us like
No, they
lost
won't.
penguins.
No, they won't, because they'll
They'll
be
like, "Bros,
they'll be
bros, go,
focused
bros."
on their own thing. I think. You want to go today?
I already went today.
This podcast is just a confrontation for you coming to
This
the
is
gym
bullying.
with us.
All right. So David, we have some news, some media we need to speak about here, and it's from our goat. C Breezy has been arrested. What do we do? Because he's
I don't know who that is. I'm more concerned about you joining us for the gym.
Chris Brown.
I don't care who Chris Brown is.
Dude.
He's always getting arrested, bro. Like,
We were on the same plane. We have to act like we weren't there, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know what
me
you're
neither.
talking about, man. Oh, did you see our top 5 performing videos for the month? think it's in-
No, I did not see our
Okay,
top
let's-
5.
Let's go over this, okay? Or top 10, I
We do
guess.
live look of it.
Top content this period. Okay.
All right, let me open that.
So this is the last 28 days. Guess what the top content this period is before going. Don't cheat.
Danganronpa.
No, it's actually with the most views. 384 views. We love Sonic so much, we date him and rank his game. So I think we have to do more Sonic content. Clearly,
No, we're becoming a Sonic channel. I'm so sorry.
clearly people are watching that. That's like our best video recently, almost 400 views. And then the 2 following videos are the Danganronpa views to also get a combined total of 400 views, but the watch time is actually much better. It's like 5 minutes for one of them where we react to every Danganronpa death without context. So I think that's pretty good. Then we have the Mario video, which has a better view duration than the Sonic one. So I think we should do more of that stuff.
We can. I can have a couple more Sonic content. I'm more of the Sonic guy here. You don't really know what a Sonic is, so I can help out with that too.
I was thinking what we could do for Sonic stuff, but we'll have to.
Can we talk
brainstorm.
about how in total, for this month we've reached 1.2K views. We've had 44,000 impressions.
Where do you see impressions at? That's
If you go over to channel analytics,
I haven't channel analytics.
our average view duration is 2 minutes. I'm gonna need some of you 44,000 people to start clicking on the video. All right.
And actually watching it, guys. What are you doing?
We trying to get paid for some. We trying to get some money.
Hey, but
cheddar,
our subscribers
that green.
up from the previous 28 days by 450%. That's huge. So this is wait, previous 28. So that was the previous 28 days. Wasn't it that the Kanye
From
era?
April 23rd all the way to May 20th.
Yeah, so we got more subscribers, way better making these videos than the other ones.
And the Kanye stuff, yeah, I realized the Kanye beef brought in views but didn't bring subscribers. So thank you to our loyal Sonic fans. We love Sonic. Sonic is love. Sonic is life. My favorite character is Shadow. David, what is your favorite Sonic character? Since we gotta start pandering.
Dude, I don't care. It's such a bad franchise. No, I'm joking. It's
Say Sonic.
Knuckles. It's Knuckles. It's Knuckles. I like
Really?
that. Yeah, Knuckles.
You had any opportunity, you chose Knuckles.
Knuckles is awesome.
All
He's
right,
just
man.
cool. He can fly around, unlike some
He
characters.
can't, but it's okay.
He literally
He
can fly in
glide.
Sonic
He can't
Adventure 2.
fly. Knuckles glides. He doesn't fly.
I mean, when you're moving in the air like that, I count that as flying.
No.
Okay, are you the flying police? Like, dude, like,
The flying police. So let's look at our how viewers found our videos. Our browse features 34%. YouTube search is 30%. And suggested videos 28.1%. Very high, but in YouTube search, who's looking up our videos? Let's find out, guys. Got it. Danganronpa. Yep.
yeah. So I'm also looking. So yeah, YouTube search browse features. And what's interesting is the key moments for audience retention. Above typical intros, the Danganronpa one has a 69%. Still watching at 30% mark. Same with the other Danganronpa one, 65%. But also your Soulja Boy one. So that's interesting.
Soulja Boy, tell him.
The below typical intros where most people actually click off within 30 seconds. It's unfortunately those the Sonic and Mario one where we rank the games. I think it's because the title is just kind of not misleading, but just kind of like random. People were like, "What is this?" Out of curiosity,
But they love it.
and then they watch.
If y'all sat there and watched it, the satire Sonic video, yeah, it was entertaining,
It
guys.
is, but only 5% of people watched then. Actually, 3%, but
Our views also come from Danganronpa Reacts, Supersonic, and Mario Kart World. That's pretty neat.
what's interesting is the Danganronpa
So
one.
a
Did you
portion
see-
of our traffic,
the Danganronpa one has some spikes.
so for our suggested videos, this is what's suggested after these videos finish playing, or they're right under them. The number one, actually we have two of them tied for first place at 6.8%, is what if Shadow the Hedgehog was in Squid Game?
Oh, that's a good.
And
that's a good
upgrading
idea.
Sonic to fastest ever in GTA 5.
See, we got to do some stuff like that. That's pretty good.
Started realizing Sonic's bringing in the views.
Sonic is bringing in some views.
We're gonna become the Scott the Woz of Sonic. We're gonna make this work, guys.
Well, that's actually what I want to do for this channel, more video essays, because on my channel, I just uploaded the game review-esque video on Slimecore. Got 200
Flop,
views.
yes.
No, it's doing pretty good. It's 4 out of 10.
Wow.
And actually, a lot of the team at Slimecore checked it out, and they put some positive comments on it, and they're sending me some free goodies. So I'm looking forward
They're
to
sending
it.
us some free goodies. It's a company asset.
Maybe if it was on the Super Broski's channel, but I did this on
But
my
it's-
personal channel.
it's still,
So
David, it's still a company asset though. Like it's.
it's
We'll talk about that later.
doing pretty
Yeah, I'm glad your
good.
video is doing fantastic. You always know I always support you on your single journey, even though you don't have as many subscribers as Super Bobby's.
Super Broski's.
But Super Broski's. Oh, I said the
fucked
B
it up.
word.
Fucked it up.
I said the B word.
I'm trying to get rid of the old branding. I changed the titles and still bring up Super Bobby's. Like
He said, "Hey, I'm Scott, the lead producer of Slimecore. Thanks for checking out our game." And this fucking weenie says,
Thanks for watching. I'm honored. Looking forward to what's on the way for the game.
yeah. So I actually get people who watch my videos.
the first comment is still me saying I'm the next big thing.
Yeah, and you spelled thing wrong.
So
Such-
dang.
You watch that video for 3 seconds just to comment that.
Oh, no, I actually I made it 19 minutes 12 seconds into the video.
I don't believe it.
No, that's what his last left off on. It was 19 minutes and 12 seconds out of 21 minutes and 37 seconds. I watch your videos. I don't know why you think I don't.
Okay. Well, I guess you do.
don't.
Let's
I click
see here.
I'm sorry. Don't yell at me.
Man, I can't believe that Mario Kart World video was a flop. I mean, I guess it's Not
I
even
mean,
that good.
yeah.
9 views is
Did
crazy.
you really think it was gonna be some some big video? Come on now. Yeah, come on now. After Danganronpa, surprisingly, and it's just pretty big. I'm so surprised our podcast is still doing more than the first episode of Metal Gear Solid.
Our podcast, what, the latest one with 14 views? What was our
Yeah.
best video? It was our best podcast was the one we talk about Chris Chan.
Chris Chan, which is a Sonic thing. Hold on,
Yeah, it is a sign. Well,
David, have we been like? Is there a reason we're ignoring Sonic?
no, it's
Like,
just,
unintentionally, we've been unintentionally ignoring Sonic, and then we upload a tier list, and we make terrible games, and the thumbnail is Sonic. We're just making fun of it.
yeah, man, Sonic's just easy to make fun of. But hey,
we-
man,
Are we
this is-
Game Grumps?
This is your channel as much as mine, so any progress on your video ideas, your topics or anything?
Yes, I
never
have
been hard
thought
at
of a
work.
script to do, but I'm gonna probably do a little offside video, which is actually funny enough. It was a Sonic video, so that's pretty fantastic. I just completed the dark story of Sonic Heroes, so I was gonna talk about like how frustrating this game actually is in like fresh eyes, because I haven't really fully played this game in a couple of years. So that's gonna be pretty neat. That'd probably be on the Super Bobby's channel.
You did it
sorry.
again. You did it
sorry.
again, bro.
David, I'm sorry. Can I redo that?
No, you can't. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was just we're gonna probably re-upload it on the Super Broski's channel. See how that goes for me.
When do you think
It's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
get that out? What's your timeline for that? What's your
I'll give
deadline?
myself till
Because this is
I'll give
something
myself
you
till
can realistically
next Friday.
Next
Give myself till
fucking
next
Friday, bro. You're doing this is 2 fucking weeks, a week and a half.
Oh, well, I guess I forgot today is Wednesday.
I mean,
Either
take as
Friday
much
or
time as you
Saturday.
need, brother.
Friday,
But
Saturday, I'll get it out. Yeah, I didn't realize today was Wednesday. Sorry, guys. We're also recording this on May 21st, 2025, on Wednesday at 3:56 p.m., 35 seconds
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time, in New York time zone.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm just saying I'm a little exhausted. This is usually
Exhausted.
when me and David go for our naps.
Nah.
Since we have a lot of stress on the channel, which we should talk about now since we haven't been blowing up. Me and David have designated nap times where we go to the office and we lay a little blankie down. David has a Scooby-Doo blanket and my blanket is Mario, and then we lay down and we take naps.
I think instead you should just come to the gym. Actually, what's
you know, I would love to,
crazy
but I already
is I sold my car and it's actually gone now.
Oh,
I'm
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So I'm carless. I applied to a job at our local campus for like a tech support job at the bookstore, and they fucking denied me, bro. I called yesterday to leave a message, and then I checked this morning on my email and it says, unfortunately, you have not been chosen. So, dude, I just want to exit society. Like, what is this baloney?
You got denied,
Dude,
for tech support.
I'm fucking just, I'm tired of this baloney, bro. Where's universal basic income? We should have voted Andrew Yang. And I'm not a political guy, but I'm just saying, Andrew Yang, see, the only downside is he's a Democrat, but
A Democrat. Bumbleclot. He's a bumbleclot.
he's one of them, but no, he's actually pretty cool. When he
What,
was running,
Asian?
yeah, you know, Andrew Yang, he was running for president. He was, he was very forward thinking.
He was like 5th place. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they did him dirty though. They weren't showing him on the polls or anything. But I don't know. Google I/O, so it launched some pretty interesting stuff in the AI field. Let's go back to my channel because our homepage on the Super Broski's channel is brain dead, but it's kind of perfect that way.
Yeah. We should also talk about how we're slowly moving away from the AI branding and the AI thumbnails. And
What
the AI
what
art.
AI thumbnails? What AI art?
We used to have some AI images. We thought were just funny, but then turns out YouTube has now been dinging videos and like killing them that have AI art or AI essence to them, just because a lot of people were complaining.
You're making
Dorks.
You're making stuff up.
No, why would I make stuff up? I'm serious. Why would I lie about this?
Well, I don't think you're intentionally lying about it. I just think you're mistaken because, like, how would they know if an artwork is AI? You know,
Could you not tell in our thumbnails if it was AI?
I'm not saying art thumbnails.
They have people,
and that's not
computer, they have
artwork.
People.
That's not. No, they don't have people manually checking every
Have
thumbnail
people,
on
some
YouTube.
Some people view for this, Mr. David.
You're saying that real people check every single YouTube thumbnail before it's uploaded?
No, not necessarily, but other ones do get filtered through people just like through the machine. And there's certain ticks they look for.
But AI is indistinguishable, especially AI art. When it comes to photorealism, like, of course, those were, like, we can spot some stuff.
Exactly, but
But
some of them
you said
you
artwork.
can just tell.
You said artwork.
Well, you know what I was talking about.
You're talking about the AI itself. But even then, I don't think that's like. Do you have proof for that? Do you have like an article from YouTube or you just
I just look more shit up. I read
all
a
right,
couple.
let's see if Josh has the proof. Let's see what article
Let's
he
see if
links
I have
me.
the proof. Hold on. Let's see if I have proof, chat.
Or does not have proof. It's okay. Let's see what else. Metal Gear Solid is now our Super Mario. I low-key want to keep on playing Super Mario. That's what I was gonna say. Before I wanted to say this on the podcast
The platform is expanding a pilot program to detect this
link
kind of
it,
content
link
has
it,
come
bro.
out of the support for
Jamie,
No
link
Fakes
it.
Act,
Jamie,
as
link
opposed to
the.
US law
Jamie,
designed to
link
crack
the
down on
article,
misleading
bro.
AI
I
because
need
of
the
fears.
fucking.
The
I
idea
can't.
is to stop people
Link
from
it.
getting tricked into fake videos or audios. That was April 11th, 2015.
Bro,
2025.
Bro,
excuse
link
me.
it so I can read this.
This one's already low on Titanic 2. YouTube cracked down on
Link
two
it,
channels
bro.
that
Let
turn
me
out
read
AI
it.
fake movie trailers. This one
He's
is
just
also,
yapping.
I'm just reading. What can I read?
No, let me read it because you already know it. I don't know it.
Let me get some. Let's get some. Hold on. I think the fake movie AI trailer sparked all of.
All right, so this is an article from webpronews.com. Okay. Never heard of them, but shout out webpronews.com. It looks like a website that Josh made in 10 seconds. Okay, so cracking down on deception. YouTube demonetizes fake AI movie trailers. Okay, that's something completely different compared to what you were talking about. Amid studio profits and former backlash, YouTube has demonetizing. Yeah, I heard about this. Fake AI movie trailers, including Screen Culture and KH Studio. Blah blah blah. The cinematic lure of a Hollywood blockbuster or the prospect of a long-awaited sequel generates intense anticipation among audiences. On YouTube, the anticipation has been skillfully and sometimes deceptively monetized by creators producing fake movie trailers using a mix of generative AI, sophisticated editing, and borrowed intellectual property. These previews, some featuring uncanny AI renderings of stars like Leonardo DiCaprio or Margot Robbie, in non-existent projects have racked up millions of views and raised questions about the digital content ethics. I think they should be able to get these monetized. I mean, I think it's creative, it's fair use. Like, I don't know why that's.
I also sent you two other links, one directly from YouTube and the other one from Business Insider.
Okay, I'll check out the blog YouTube first because this is interesting. How we're helping creators disclose altered or synthetic content. Interesting. So this is published a long time ago. This is over a year ago.
What was that one over a year ago?
Yeah, March
Oh, that's
2024.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
But hold on, it could still be interesting. Generative AI is transforming the ways creators express themselves, from storyboarding ideas to experimenting with new tools that enhance the creative process. But viewers increasingly want more transparency about whether the content they're seeing is altered or synthetic. That's why today we're introducing a new tool in Creator Studio, requiring creators to disclose to viewers when realistic content is made with altered or synthetic media, including generative AI. I've never seen this featured. I've never clicked that box. Altered content. Do any of the following describe your content? Makes a real person appear to say or something they didn't do. We did do that in the last video. It was kind of funny. Yeah, I've never seen that. Okay, and then last article I just want to check real quick is this Business Insider one. Let's see when this was published. This was published 2023.
This is on the same topic, and this one was published a couple days ago. If you want to read that one too.
I can't read the Business Insider one because they have an annoying pop-up. But it was published 2023, so I think that one's pretty relevant. Okay.
It's starting in. I mean, I have a couple of them, but David didn't want to believe me.
I mean, so, this is nothing compared to what you're saying, like at all.
What they're just checking on AI content in general.
One is where you have to disclose if your content uploaded is using AI in it. Which, if we go to our video details right now and scroll down, it is an altered content section. You can click it, but it's not required. So. Yeah, I mean, like how the audience feature, it says, yes, made for kids, no, not made for kids. That one is required, but this...
we also need to talk about that. You need to stop making all our videos okay for kids. I don't really want kids watching our videos.
Dude, the last video, you said we're a kids channel, and I said, no, we're not. And all the videos,
that was a joke. That was a joke. And you keep putting all them for children, and like kids are watching us now.
Bro,
dude. They know you as you're
tripping.
Guys, you need to understand. David has a horrible history with kids in his YouTube. He used to make a bunch of Among Us videos, and like children would come up to him in the street while he's like leaving his house, and be like, "Among Us, Among Us." He used to point at him and giggle.
Hilarious. Anyway, yeah, I always click no, not made for kids. So even on those Among Us videos. But Among Us should make a comeback.
How do you explain the children fans though? Because even I got recognized as the green Among Us. It was crazy.
No, you didn't. But maybe one day.
Yes, it did.
No, you didn't.
Technically, yeah. But you know what? We're growing the channel. We're making it great. 52 subscribers in. So far, we're making that cheddar, buddy. We gonna make that cheddar soon.
I mean, 50 subscribers is good, but I definitely want to get to 100. I mean, I feel like 100 is 100 is like okay. I mean, it's so doable. It's super doable. We should really. Well, also Truck Simulator. I feel like that's actually our only consistent series for gaming, I've noticed, because I was organizing the playlist.
Truck Simulator.
It is a good series.
Truck Simulator is so good. It's so Truck Simulator.
You don't have to describe fucking Truck Simulator.
David zones out and does like anything else, and at least every like 5 or so minutes he'll say, "Yeah." Oh, epic.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
Like, cough.
I'm just saying. I did the Metal Gear series. I did
the Metal Gear series failed. My Sonic Heroes series failed. The only thing that's living right now is
Truck Simulator. It's goated. It can't be stopped. Yeah, I think Truck Simulator's goated. Yeah, no, AI, I don't know. AI is, I wish I, actually had some, I watch all these videos about AI, and then I just forget, everything they talk about. Google I.O. just did a developer conference, and they have some, they have, some really good video generation tools. that even do audio now. So that's like going for
Oh.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did use my audio. You made me one.
Well, that wasn't with Google I/O. That was just some random website. And actually, what's crazy about that is I only had to use 40 seconds of your audio, and it was pretty believable.
I didn't find it actually. I kind of said at 3 minutes.
You didn't find the
Was it me
clip?
saying yes to the Little Pony thing?
No, you said that yourself.
I said that.
Wait, what are you talking about? Like, what's the quote, the verbatim quote?
I couldn't find the quote. They used me for AI, like my voice. I couldn't
It
find
was you saying I'm deeply in love with one of the My Little Ponies, Rainbow Dash. That's what you said. So
Oh, okay, because that blasted past me, and I was like, that to me that sounded like something I did say.
well, the only reason I did that is because like right after you then do actually mention Rainbow Dash again and saying it's your favorite character, so it fits right in. So it's like you can't even tell. Although it does sound pretty AI. Like the clip itself sounds. Yeah. Okay. I don't even think I said this yet. I kept on meaning to say this entire podcast, but my whole plan with this Metal Gear Solid, or Super Mario 3D Land video, is to make shorts from it, because there's a lot of funny clips in there, and I was talking to Thor.
Honestly, we're so funny.
I was talking to Thor on it. He's like, yeah, really, the only like way to get big on YouTube nowadays is doing shorts. And I low key see where he's coming from, so I'm gonna.
Chat, I need you to look up the podcast where I said that, and David said, "We're not doing shorts. We're not a shorts channel."
I never said such a thing.
That's exactly what you said.
I never said such a thing. I would never say that.
You hate shorts. Notoriously, you are one who hates shorts.
Yeah, I mean, shorts kind of suck, but I also watch shorts and they're really funny, so.
Do you doom scroll? Like, this is real quick. Do you like?
Everybody doom scrolls if they use social media.
I try not to now. I try to do less of it.
But what is doom
I gotta
scrolling?
catch
It's just
myself.
scrolling on social media, like when you're bored. I don't know
Like,
what's so.
say
I don't know
doom
what's so
scrolling
doom
is
about
of
it.
like, oh, you're said like I'm just gonna look at my phone real quick.
And
Then you like go on like reels and look at like 5 reels. And then you're just chilling and like say you have something to do in like half an hour. You're like, okay, I gotta do that.
The only time I actually have like trouble with that is like when I'm trying to go to bed, and I'm like, okay, let me check my
Perfect
phone real
example.
quick,
Yeah, perfect example.
and then I just like cannot go to bed, and then I'm on my phone way longer than I need to be. That's the
And like 3 hours pass and you're like, oh,
yeah. I'm like, bro, I should have just went to bed. Like
that's
that.
doom scrolling because your brain was looking for more short term, more short content, more short. You couldn't stop.
More just quick laughs, quick dopamine. I'm really waiting for Google Giggles.
Google giggles. Yeah, I'm waiting for that too.
But yeah, I mean, shorts are the way. Yeah, I just like. What's your bedtime routine? Because you go to bed at like pretty early sometimes. No cap.
So unfortunately, guys, I work at 5 in the morning. So
you're not gonna
what
hear
that
the
means
booms.
is I wake up, since my job is about 20 to 25 minutes away, I wake up at around 3:30.
I'm not adding the boom
in
sound
that
effects.
case,
Guys, he's
I
adding boom
will
sound effects
probably
in
around
Discord.
like 6:30 really sit down and collect my thoughts and my breaths. Then I will take a shower. Then I will do my hair.
That's your morning routine.
Then
was asking
I
for your bedtime
will
routine.
get on my phone, check my emails, any videos that y'all have sent me, any text messages, and then I would lay my little head down at around 8 o'clock to 8:30. At 7 I'll eat dinner. Sorry, I forgot about dinner. Everyone loves dinner, am I right, guys? So then after that I will.
You're
then check
trying not to
emails.
laugh.
Then
Guys,
I
he keeps
will-
on playing the boom sound effect on Discord. You can't hear it, but trust.
What are you talking about, man?
All right, bro. Making me sound schizo.
Okay. Weird.
You keep on doing it. He keeps on playing the
What
boom
are you
sound effect.
talking about,
He
David?
keeps on playing the boom sound effect, guys. You know, there's soundboards on Discord.
What? Okay, I'm just gonna focus on what I'm saying. So around 8 to 8:30, I'll lay my little head down and I'll scroll probably to like 9, and that's when I put my phone down and I go to bed.
You don't like watch YouTube before bed, or you? Okay, so interesting. So you're on your
No.
phone.
No, I have as I said, I get my little scrolling out, and at 9 I put my phone down and I go to bed.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom?
No, it's just my phone.
Just your phone. Okay, so it's just your
Having
phone.
a TV in your bedroom is like, now that I don't have one in there anymore, dude, that shit's so different.
Well, what is
I have a house, so
nice is that you
different.
do have a separate room for your gaming. You have a man
Yes, I have
room,
my
man
computer, I
cave.
have my TV for games and my monitors, and yeah.
So as long as you
What?
have that, that makes sense because you can separate the bedroom from your, gaming and
From like, yeah, like
Screen
my
time.
hobbies and separating it, because then your mind tells you to stay in your room all day because you physically can. Because you can go to sleep, wake up, go to the computer, everything else. Even before I moved, I tried to separate that where I wouldn't get on my bed all day. In my mindset, my bed is only for sleep. So I don't get on it all day. Because then your brain set tells you, oh, I'm going to go to my room. And you're like, I'm going to sit at I don't really want to sit at the desk. I want to watch TV. And then you end up eating on your bed. Like, you get what I'm saying?
yeah, I get what you mean.
So then you're like, oh, well, you do everything on your bed. Then you connect your bed with your hobbies. And then when it's time to go to sleep, your brain is like, you're still like in hobby mode instead of just like bed is for sleep.
Yeah, I
And
100% understand that.
Yeah, you mix, everything mixes. And it took me a while to separate that, because I would just like go to my bed, go to my computer, go to my TV, then go back to bed, then go to my computer and back to the TV. And I would just like, if I needed something to do, I would just circle between those three. If that makes sense. So then I eventually was just like, hey, bed's made. You don't want to sit in your bed when your bed is made. So that's only for sleep. I only got on that shit for sleep. I moved my phone charger more towards my computer, because my phone charges when I'm on my computer. Obviously, I have a charger in the room when I go to sleep, but that's just on the nightstand to the side. But that's charger specifically only for that. It's not like you put on the charger and you sit there and you go on it. I have a standing charger. I have a little pad charger on my desk, so I don't touch it, because if it's there, I will touch it. If that makes sense. So it's charging. That means I don't touch it.
Right.
I had to like put that in my brain too. And then most of the time I'll spend my day in the living room, because it's a living room.
Have you ever tried meditation?
No, but I'm a very strong believer in sometimes just like do nothing. Like, you ever just sit there and close your eyes when it's really quiet?
Sounds like meditation.
And no, meditation's more like you're trying to get like in a mindset, and then like try to like center yourself. Mine's just like, I need to hear nothing for like at least 5 minutes, just nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's meditation. That's just practicing stillness.
Is that a form?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Well, and it's something you can relate to, because you grow up with small children in your house.
Yeah. So, meditation
and then like
is pretty nice in terms
Yeah.
of just trying to practice stillness. Because it just kind of makes you realize like I guess more of yourself, more of like how you feel. You can kind of like feel the roller coaster of emotions you're going through as you're practicing
Yeah.
stillness, and it's like, oh, that's why I feel that way.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do 30 minutes. That's what I try to do right now, and it's man, I am like so impatient. Like I keep on finding myself waiting until the timer ends, and I'm like, bro, stop focusing
then you
on
go
that.
look at your phone and you tap it to see how long.
No,
it's been.
I don't do that.
You don't do that.
No.
You're sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
But that's a side effect of like short-term content. If like it's hard to understand, like explain it.
No, it makes I get what you
Because,
mean, because I mean
Your
society
attention
nowadays.
span gets awful, David, especially for me and your age. We're used to seeing memes like all the time on our socials, and they're always like 4 10-second clips, and we keep going to the next post. Like, our attention span is slowly like dwindles a bit, and I've been trying to like do better with that, because it got to a point where I'm like every day was so quick.
Yeah,
Like I'd be like, oh, 2 hours passed. Oh, I have 4 hours to do this. Oh, again, an hour passed. And it was like and so eventually I was like, settle down.
yeah.
Don't look at the time,
It feels
because why am I timing myself?
for sure. It feels like everybody has ADHD nowadays, which I know isn't the case, but I mean, at least for myself, it's like, dude, I can't even like sit down. Like Final Fantasy VII remake, it's just like the thought of like, oh, I gotta boot up my PlayStation, I gotta remember where I'm at the story and play this long game, compared to just going on my phone and going on like TikTok or Instagram, which is
Because there's nothing I had to remember previous.
exactly. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
No, like it's just a little thing I've learned, and then like I totally agree. Like sometimes I'll be like, I have to go turn on my computer if I want to play this game. That wait for it to boot up and everything else, and I'm just like, I played this for 5 minutes, not bored with it. I'm gonna exit out. So now my mindset is, if I really do want to play a game, I have to at least play 30 to 40 minutes of it.
Okay.
That's what helped me play the Sonic Heroes Dark Star, because it was like I finished level die a few times. Oh, I'm sick of this. All right, next game, and I would sit here and just look at my monitor, because I had nothing planned after that. I only planned to do one thing. Then you like try to go through and try to search through, and then the thing of like you opening and closing apps and opening the same app and closing them again.
Oh yeah.
Dog, that was so bad for me.
Dude, yeah, for me, like with TikTok, I hate it when I do that. Or Twitter. Twitter is pretty bad, where I just like
That's
close
one
it.
reason I took Twitter off of my phone, because it was a bad habit. Because my screen time on my phone, you can check it, used to be around like 5 to 6 hours. Because I would constantly be on it. I've managed to get it down weekly to about 3 hours a day.
That's pretty good. I don't
And
know what mine's
an
at.
hour of it is YouTube, because I'll be watching something on my phone while I'm doing something, like doing the dishes or something like that.
See, the thing with me is that I use my computer a lot. So like after I get my morning stuff done, make a cup of coffee, I'm like, okay, well, let me hop on the computer, kind of check how my video is doing or something, some stuff. Let me check my finances, yada yada. And then it's always YouTube for me. It's like YouTube is like, I mean, the homepage really does feel like
There's a chokehold.
feels
on it,
like
yeah.
home. It's like, okay, what's going on? What's going on with the world.
With life, and no, I get it. It's
And plus music
In-
music has really been something I've been kind of like way more listening to lately than I used to not listen to music all like that, but nowadays
I used to only listen to music when I was working or when I'm in the car.
but now what, you listen to music more?
I've actually listened to music less, if that's a weird
I mean,
part to that.
it's
So I started listening to it less because I found myself like, because I listen 8 hours straight to like my playlist, and then I get sick of my music. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to listen to this shit no more. And then I'd still go back and listen to it again. I'm like, I'm tired of listening to this. Why am I listening to this? Even on like stations or like random albums, I got tired of listening to it. So now it's like I'll do it in little increments. I'm like, okay, I enjoy my playlist. I enjoy these artists. Like, it's different now for me. I've definitely taking like stopping doing stuff has definitely brought more purpose to when I do things now. So I guess my brain is like always doing too much. So in my head I'm just like, gotta slow down. Cause for me it was really bad, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be 25. It's already what? May? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, next month's gonna be June, and I'm halfway through the year. That means I'm practically 8 months in, and 8 months in is like 4 months away from the December. It's about to be December again. It just became warm, and then my brain's like, that's another year. I'm turning 25. Then next year January. Like, that's kind of how my mindset was. So I definitely learned to slow down and like enjoy like where I'm at. Like, my days feel longer. Even though I work from like 5 to 1:30, like that goes by in a blink because I'm like, I'm getting out at 1:30. That's so early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I will attribute that to is me waking up early
Yeah.
and going to bed at 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Because realistically, and it's different for you right now because you have more free time. And that's completely fine. Some people do need a break from that. But waking up early at like 6 to 7 in the morning, because that's when I wake up on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
My day feels so much longer.
Yeah, I used to wake up at like 7 or like 6:30, and those days I would feel the best in some ways because it's like I felt like I had full control of the day. I had a plan, I had a direction. I that's when I was working at the one job, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do 50 push-ups in the morning. Get some food. I had like a whole routine. Whereas now, dude, I'm waking up at noon, and I'm just like, damn. Well, what? Like, I don't really got much to do in terms of an objective, and it's nice, but at the same time, it's like,
You feel all your days are turning into like one, and like you're losing track of like time, and it doesn't really help you.
yeah, it's also more so it's like feeling productive. Like I'm not feeling very accomplished.
Cash money.
Yeah, I'm not feeling very accomplished only because I don't have a lot of cash money. If I had like 10K in the bank account right now, or if I was making money through YouTube or something like that, I would feel way better about myself. But it's only because I know my money is slowly burning, and at the end of the day, it's like, living costs money. Like using resources, like right now in the podcast, like, recording this stuff uses electricity, and it's like, my birthday just passed, so I got some money from that. Shout out,
Shout out the moms.
shout out you.
Shout out
for
the
the
dads.
cup. Shout out
Shout out the
family.
homies. Shout out the friends. Shout out the dinner.
But yeah, I know my assets are slowly burning away, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get a job at the same time. It's like it's I don't know. The job search has been a pain, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, like searching for a job is so awful.
Yeah, man. And dude, I'm so pissed that I even left Best Buy because I liked the job. I really did. I loved everybody
You
there.
just needed more money.
But I was just like there for so long. I wanted to switch it up, and I applied for that one job where it was like, okay, I'm gonna be making a lot of money here, and that just didn't work out. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, okay. I mean, that's also when I was like taking myself really seriously, and it's just so ironic because like that's also when I felt the most like ingenuine to myself. If that makes sense. I really don't know how to put that.
I get it. I get it. It's like it's the position you were in. It's a different type of responsibility. Not everyone likes that mindset of needing to be like. It feels like you're playing a character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And I also couldn't find who that character was because like every day I was showing up to work with a different hairstyle and like different look and different like because I just couldn't like get comfortable there because
it's like this isn't me.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not saying like you weren't in a position to move up in a type of like a management role, because everyone that's kind of a strive for. You want more money, you do different job, but it's kind of like all right, well, these aren't people I know, they don't know me, so then you can't go how you looked at Best Buy. You're like, I'm just chilling, and it's different. Like you moving up in Best Buy would have been different. Everyone knows you, that's how David looks, that's what David is. They're okay with you, they trust you, there's a sense of like respect there. But like you going on, you're like, people don't know me. Well, I don't want to feel like an asshole, so I don't want to be chill out, but I also gotta be responsible. So I gotta look responsible. I hate dressing like this. I want to be comfortable with who I am, but I don't know if that's like gonna put wrong message out. Like like for management wise, and it's a business, so I got to be responsible. But it's like it's a big mesh of a bunch of stuff. And me taking my business classes for human resources, they talk about that too, where it's just like you got to be able to mix the two,
Right.
but don't ignore like who you are, because it's genuine. If you're genuine, that comes off way better. But then in some cases, people don't like you being genuine. They want you to be that character, and it's up to you to like, okay, well, I can be that character, but I have to make it my character.
Yeah, well, the reason I liked
But-
Best Buy is because it was very technical. So it's like, sure, I can be myself, but at the end of the day, I'm not really talking about myself. I'm talking about the stuff there compared to that job
But it's
where,
things you have interest in.
yeah, where I'm
know?
selling something that's not very technical. It's just, at the end of the day, yeah, it's like, bro, like I gotta,
It was a shoot.
like, there's nothing to talk about. Like I can't be like, oh, the ergonomics of this. Like I can, but there's really.
Brother, you're not a sneakerhead.
I love sneakers, but I love cool sneakers, and a lot of people who walk into that store are either like older people, or it's just like I don't know.
It's a difference of like Best Buy things you like. You like technology, so I'm always telling people things that I like. I'm talking about myself without talking about myself.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a very good way.
Like when I worked at Target, it was more like I was always able to tell someone something they probably didn't know, or like not talking about the parts where like, oh, do you know where this is? I'm like, I know where that is. It's over there. Like it's different. If someone's like, okay, well, how does this work against this? Because I used to get a lot of like tech questions too, and stuff about like my system that I knew. So I would always explain it, and I felt the stuff that I was okay with. I like doing that. I like formality. I like organization. I like talking to people and letting them know what I'm doing, and then like understanding. I like helping people understand. I like helping people. So that's where my interest for human resources came from. But if you're not that type of person, then it feels like genuine, like, oh, I'm just walking around here to collect like a check. Yeah, a check is cool. Don't get me wrong. That's the number one priority for everything. But the second priority is don't sacrifice yourself
Yeah, and
for the money.
and low key, it's like I think I'm a people person, but at the same time, like, am I really? Because like, sure, I like talking to people at Best Buy, but at the end of the day, like, if I dress up how I want to, I'm gonna be in a hoodie with my merch. I'm not gonna be like super extroverted. I'm kind of like focused in on myself and what I'm doing. Kind of like a solo player, bro.
Bro thinks he's the main character.
Bro, I'm not even. It's just like I really like doing back end stuff. I like
you have a very go with the flow.
Yeah,
mindset.
I like going with the flow. I think I mean, I don't.
You're confident who you are. You like being your person. Your person's like, I'm just gonna go wherever the wind takes me.
Well,
And you can create organization and formality in that.
yeah, I just think about
But-
like, I think about like what I want to do. It's like I'd rather like in the outside world, like I can be me, do whatever I want. Whereas like that job, I really couldn't. I was like, that's the time I was like out in the world, and it really wasn't me. I was this robot, and it sucked. Whereas Best Buy, you would think Best Buy would be more like that, but it really wasn't, because they kind of just let you do your own thing as long as you're like know what you're talking about and given a good experience. But oh man, it was just like that other job was way too analytical. It's like let's reflect on this, why you could have said this and that, and it's just like, bro, what? I can't even like, and I don't know, so like
It's kind of like you're writing a script for me, and I don't like that.
yeah. And then I think about the
'Cause
jobs.
I didn't sign up to play a character. I signed up to be me doing like sales. Like if I don't do sales, don't write a script for me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's my fault for pushing so hard on that job when, I learned what I learned. But
You think about it like that. You took an opportunity, even though it failed. You can still be proud of yourself for taking that opportunity. Yes, this is a big setback. I get that. But at least down the road, I did reach for that like ring. Even though I didn't get it, I still reached for it. Instead of like, years down the line, you're like, man, what if I did take that job? What if I was successful at it? You know, you took it and it wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
So you know you're not gonna do that again. Instead of you being like 35 and you have a house and you have rent and you do something like that and you hate it and you leave, the responsibility like on your shoulders is much heavier
Yeah, and that's
than when you did
That's
it.
why I'm happy I found early on that it wasn't for me. Honestly, I would
Yeah.
love like just a behind the scenes job, video editing, graphic design, or something like that. And my worry is that all that stuff is going to go away because of AI. Those are the jobs that AI is going for first. So it's like, dude, I have like, in terms of like passion for something to do, like the only thing I could really see myself doing is Best Buy. But they fucking put a hiring freeze on for tariffs. So it's like,
Yeah, so thanks, President Trump.
yeah,
Thanks,
it's Trump.
man.
What are you doing, dog?
Yeah,
Dog.
yeah, you accepted that luxury plane. Why would you do that? You accepted that, but you can't accept my boy back into Best Buy.
I can't believe they really said that because it's not like they were opening a new position. They were reversing my
Employment.
yeah, they're reversing my quitting, my whatever.
But then the Munyon, the Gennaro.
And the thing is, I had to call them to find out. They didn't even text me. It was like a month later. I'm like, let me call them.
you could probably call them again. They did stop the Chinese tariff stuff for another like 90 days. You really could just call again.
I just talked to him like a week ago. So, and he said, well, I don't know if it's going to be a week or a month. And at the end of the day, I mean, it could be multiple months.
Last week they weren't on terms. Last week they didn't discuss anything yet.
You know, I mean, I'll look
give
at.
it to Friday.
I'll,
I say give it to Friday.
I'm not gonna call them again that soon. It's just.
Whether you want your job.
I mean, I applied for the other Best Buy. I applied for the other Best Buy. If they don't call me, then it's like, what is
The
Best
Avon
Buy
one?
doing? Like,
I mean, the one down the street.
um,
I didn't want to give a location.
no, it's one that's further out, but it's close enough.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I-
just wait to see where the world takes you, man.
Yeah, but I also don't want to be in that mindset of like, oh, I can't like control anything. But it does feel like that quite a bit more than before because of all this AI stuff. Like every single day there's a new AI announcement. Like, dude, that's what I want to talk about. I know it's kind of boring, but AI
It's our podcast. We determine what's boring.
Google Stitch is something that Google just announced on their Google I/O developer conference yesterday, and it's
Yes.
okay. So, you know, I don't know if I told you, but Yusuf recommended me to apply for a UI graphic designer role for Chase, JP Morgan, in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a new position for their interns or whatever. And like the pay's good. I would be out to Columbus. At a job similar to Yusuf, just on the UI developing side. And you know, like how UI is kind of just like designing the interface for apps and websites and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much the user interface. Yes, that's what
Yep.
UI means.
So Google just announced Google Stitch, which is essentially made to replace UI designers. It's you type in a prompt and it literally
Yeah, you're cooked, buddy.
Dude, and it's like I think if I did get that position could be gone, and it's probably like those positions are definitely going away in a year or two. And then video editing
yeah,
and
it's,
this shit, it's like that's why I like YouTube, because it gives everybody a shot at it. You can kind of just post what you want, and as long as you're making good content that people, well, good is subjective, but you know, as long as you're
Content that you'd like to put out.
yeah, and you're reaching eyeballs, then you have a shot. But it's also more competitive than ever.
You know, I get the concern. AI definitely is a changing media, and it's taking over a bunch of stuff. Eventually, it'll get regulated. Eventually,
Well-
but by then, I feel like it's gonna be too late.
Do you think regulation is good in the aspect? Because we're in an arms race against China, and you know, I mean, I guess the EU, but not really. It's mostly China that we're in an arms race against. So
It's mostly China. EU worries about everything else.
yeah, the EU, the EU is the one
EU.
doing the heavy regulation, and they're so far behind in AI development because they're putting all these regulations on. So it's not like I'm not one of those people who are anti AI, because it's a tech that's inevitable, and I think there are
I
some.
think AI is cool, but you should definitely like obviously you should have some common sense with it, but they don't. Because even for example, the Coca-Cola commercial for this last December, a huge outrage because the whole entire thing was AI, from the music to the animation to the imagery was all AI. They didn't have to pay a single person for that.
Well, they did pay people because there's a lot of
they paid
there's a
person
lot
to
of
generate
post production on that. But yeah, I do remember that. The thing about that is like when you're a company that big, that was only publicity. That's all Coca-Cola wanted. Like they're not gonna be doomed because they use AI in one commercial. And yeah, the commercial was shitty, but I mean,
It was it was Buns.
it was buns, but people talked about it, and that's what Coca-Cola wanted. So that's kind of like
Still sold Coke.
exactly. That got Coca-Cola into the
people are
minds of
getting
people again, and they're like, "Oh fuck, I hated that commercial, but man, there's a Coca-Cola right here."
Drink some Coca-Cola
just buy
today.
this real quick.
I'm lying to myself.
But you know, I get artists' concerns about AI, and that, you know, all these industries are worried about it, and they have the right to be, but you got to be ahead of the curve on that stuff. So I try to utilize AI in some instances, but you know, I try to use it responsibly too. It's just the thing
understand
that
it being
pisses me
frowned
off.
upon, but,
The
like,
thing, yeah, I mean, the thing that pisses all artists off, or really anybody who's ever posted anything on the internet, is that your content has been stolen without permission to train these models, and you don't get any type of payment for anything. So if AI is going to take everybody's jobs, why are we not getting any type of supplemental income? Why are we not? This is why people are so pro universal basic income, because if AI is taking all these jobs, being trained off of everything that humans have created in the past, why are we not getting supplemented for it while these conglomerate companies like OpenAI and Microsoft and Meta are making all this profit from it? And to those listening, Josh just played the boom sound effect right there, so you know it was.
Why are you lying
you
to
know,
these people?
It was a factual statement. It was a bar.
You wasn't ready for that one, were you?
Some little white kid just said the N word. You guys didn't hear
That
it.
was not what played. Don't lie to these
That's what it
people.
sounded like.
Oh, all 13 of our viewers are gonna be angry.
No, they won't. They're probably like,
You're just gaslighting all 13 of them. But our take on AI is
well, I think we have slightly different views. But I did want to
this
ask,
point-
what do you you're not worried about your current job getting replaced by AI? I mean, there's no way, not anytime soon,
I mean,
because you're in a facility that assembles helmets and stuff. So it's
my current job, no, it is a real thing because they do have robots already sanding down the helmets.
at your
It
current
definitely
facility.
could be a thing where they disassemble them. Yes, yeah, we pay LC, the robotics people, to do it. Yeah,
Oh, but that's not in your facility. But so what do you do again? You
yeah, it is. It's right next to us. Yeah,
Oh,
it's like right next to me.
oh wow. So
Like it's like in the other room right next
So,
to me. If I take a picture, I would show you.
do you can I ask, do you like disassemble them or do you assemble them? What
I take them apart.
take them apart?
Yeah, which is in the end of it, how I do it. It's just a pattern. So realistically, if you were to train a model to do that pattern, it can take it off way faster than I can.
And that's what like machines are going for, those highly repetitive jobs.
Yes.
So if you had to give a timeline for that job being slowly replaced,
I'd say within the next 10, maybe 15 years. So it has some length onto it.
yeah, 15 years, that's a lot of time. By that time I really would hope that there would be some type of, I mean, I honestly I would hope there would be UBI or something, just because of like all these companies doing the
Ubi.
humanoid robots. And people are like, "Oh, why do humanoid robots? That's so inefficient." But it's because we built the world around us humans that have a human form. So if a human robot can properly walk around our world and do everything that we can, that will really put everyone out of a job, not just people on a computer. Any hard labor, for quite some time. I think the jobs that are the most safe are like jobs in healthcare and stuff like that.
Yeah, at least with my profession, it's just human contact. And mean, I can see mine dwindling, but we do have like at least offices where they need
Are you talking about the
some
HR?
human contact for stuff. Yeah, for mine at least.
So HR.
Mine.
Okay, put me in or like can you envision like how would I envision a HR job? Would it be a company? Obviously, like
So-
Best Buy, or I know Best Buy has
Probably whatever
HR.
company.
Let's put it in the shoes of like a
Doesn't matter
retail
what company.
company.
Because a lot of companies have human resources where it basically is a medium where I'm kind of like a middle person.
So if we
You know,
imagine
somebody-
we had an HR, imagine we're a retail store, okay, called Super Broski's, and
Super Broski's, what do we sell?
we sell video game. We're like a Micro Center, but better.
Okay. Micro Center. Okay, but better.
Yeah.
Oh, what times are we open? I gotta know about the
9 to 9.
Okay, that's fine. A little late, but it's whatever.
And yeah, so you're a HR guy, and so you wouldn't be in the retail building. You would be like over the phone, remote support.
I could be either remote support or I could be at a office in the building.
That is okay.
Where-
Actually, sorry to cut you off, but I do want to mention I just watched this series, a few episodes of it, where they're a game development studio. I forget the name. It's a kind of a crummy show on Amazon, but yeah, they have an HR person in that building for the game developers,
Yes,
and you're kind of just like their therapist.
pretty much. Yeah, that's it's bringing more human connection back to other people, which is like if someone has a problem, they know who to talk to. I'm a middle person. Like I'm kind of like the last spot. Like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. You stop doing this. You stop doing this. This is what it's gonna be. If it happens again, both of you, gone. I'm more of the last human connection.
There's this meme I saw.
Where it's gonna have genuine emotion in that area. Where if some people need help, then you need like that one human connection to do so, which is something I don't think like customer support or like an automated one can do. It's just something that brings like I said, the human connection back to like a workplace.
When the joke was so
And most of the
funny
time,
that
keep things all together.
when the joke was so funny that HR wants to hear it themselves.
Yes, that's exactly like I gotta say that's okay for people to listen to. Which just a lot of people are just like human resources. Oh, you're gonna be like a snitch, or you're gonna kill fun. It's like not killing fun.
I mean, you're gonna have to
It's more
to
like
some extent, like
Yes,
like jokes
yes,
that
I
we would
do.
make in our group chat or like with the boys. You're
I would never say that to those random.
yeah, you're gonna have to you're
get upset.
you're gonna have to be like the mediator. You're gonna be like, hey, you can't say that. You cannot say such a thing.
Like-
I would. Well, you don't have to say that. You wouldn't ever say it, but you would be like, yeah, that's just not workplace appropriate. But when you go home,
it's
that's a different story.
It's more like a please remember what space you're in.
Yeah.
Kind of treat it like a TV show. You wouldn't say this on live TV.
Well,
couldn't record that. We'd have to cut you out, kind of deal.
yeah.
You say it outside. That's your own. It's your own bubble. Here, it's a public bubble.
So you
Not
might have
everybody
to
is you.
mediate the fun. To
Yeah,
some
I
extent.
had to mediate the fun. If I see a little dank meme and you want to show me the meme, it's just the N word 6 times. I gotta tell you, hey man, that was funny outside of work. But then it's just like inside work, like absolutely, positively not. Go show that to your black coworker right now. See how he feels about it. Go ahead.
Dude, I remember I
We
showed
place money on that.
I had this therapist, and this dude, it was for a short time. It was long story, but I showed him one of my YouTube videos, bro, and it was a vlog that I did, and the music dropped at a certain point, and dude, he like jumped, like I'm like, damn, I just jump scared this guy unintentionally, and
Only you made this man.
bro, I didn't even want to do that, like, yeah, I got out of therapy as soon as I could. It's not for everybody, but to those who think it's helpful, you should try it. I'm not anti-therapy, but I'm not pro therapy.
Yeah, I'm not really rocking with the
neutral.
rapists.
What? What?
What?
Oh, the rapists in therapy?
What? No, this.
I thought you just said
Is
rapist.
that not how you pronounce it?
Oh, that's so stupid. That's really funny.
You never seen that Always Sunny in Philadelphia joke?
No, I haven't watched it.
That's a good example. If you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that's definitely more of like me and your like random like brain rot dog shit humor. But like to a random person, like this is dumb.
We are so
It's a
funny.
stupid brain rot show.
I really want to do a stand up with you one day, like a stand up and like just bomb. I think we would like
Dude,
for
bombing
a
would
YouTube
be
video?
so funny.
for
A lot of people would be like nervous, like sweating, like they're about to like off themselves.
Okay.
But me, I'll just be like, dude, this is exactly the reaction we wanted. If you guys are laughing, you're killing me.
right. I think it's funnier if we kind of go in there expecting the bomb. We could do it one of two ways. We could either do a stand up together, kind of like we're a comedy duo, which I think we should probably do because it'll
just be
be funny for us. But we could also
Just get to
try. We could also try where it's just like you up there, I'm in the audience. You give your 10-minute set, and then I go up there, and you're in the audience, and then we just upload it.
I think it'd be so much funnier if like you get up there and then I just start booing. And like I'll just heckle you the whole set.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
Joke.
We can make it
between
work.
me and You.
Yeah, it's just an argument between us for the like 10 minutes.
It's like, hey man, you gotta go. I was like, thank you, that's my set. I turn around and start bowing. They're like, oh, it was planned. He called him the N-word like 8 times. Oh,
If
You know,
we
like one
went
of
up
those
there
little fun ones.
together, what would you open up with? Like, how would you approach that?
I wouldn't acknowledge that there's a crowd. I would get up there.
Uh-huh.
I would probably like open up a lawn chair and open one for you, and I'll just sit there and just like start talking to you.
You would open up a launcher? A what?
Like a little lawn chair.
A
like
lawn
little,
chair,
like,
lawn
little,
chair.
Like foldable ones. Well, yeah, I just open up, like put them there and just start talking. Like, hey David, how you going, man? Just talking. Until someone was like, say something funny, and I was just like, what the fuck? It's like, hey man, like, I'm talking here. Just like ignore the whole premise of me needing to be up there to do comedy. And I'm just wasting people's time. And they just won't get it back.
And then I would just be doing like the worst jokes of all time. I'd just be like,
And there's no reaction from me. And it's like,
yeah, you just go up there, just sit down, just no context. And I'm just like, hey guys,
I'll say like,
how's that weather?
like, LOL, man. Just like LOL or Lamau.
It's
I just say it to you.
that
It'd
sweater
just be so
weather.
funny.
Boo, get off the fucking
It's like,
stage.
and I'll just not, obviously, like, I won't catch it. It's like a joke. You'd be like, sweater weather. Somebody's like, how many sweaters do you have? I only have like 4. Like, it's just
Yeah,
talking.
and then I would get sidetracked. I'd be like, well, I think I have like 6 sweaters. Yeah. I think one of them is green.
On the way here, I just passed and saw like a McDonald's. A McDouble would crush right now.
I would crush, bro. Actually, here, I'm about to DoorDash something.
My
Give me-
shoes are dirty. Ugh. What kind of socks you got on? Like just random shit. I just won't keep a cohesive conversation with you.
I think that would really bomb.
Dude, that would bomb so bad. Like, if they would start like throwing things at us, like throwing the tomatoes just all over me. It's like, oh.
They would definitely
I
end
would
our set
ignore it.
early.
They'll pull like the giant cane and just whoop, just pull me right out of like the frame,
Have you
right behind the curtain.
have you heard of dead internet theory? You have had to, right?
No, actually.
What? Really? Oh. Okay, I got a theory for you. No, let me just explain it.
Okay, sorry, I
I'll
won't
explain
look it
this. So dead internet theory is the theory that most of the people on the internet that we interact with, whether it be on Twitter, on YouTube, in the comment section, on posts, are bots. So the theory is that most interactions are bots, and that over time, more and more bots are going to completely take over the internet, all the way up to the point where it's like the entire internet is just being operated by automated bots, kind of like having their own intelligence, doing their own thing, having their own not consciousness, but yeah, I mean they're just kind of just doing whatever they want.
I get what you're saying. They have their own
Sentience.
eventually they're just gonna make their own space and they're not gonna know they're bots.
They might know they're bots, but they're not going to tell us that they're bots. They're going to pretend they're humans. So we're not going to be able to know. And this is already taking place on places like Twitter. After this podcast, I kind of want to show you, or I'll link you this video that's titled Destiny's Schizo Arc, where it's this streamer that goes down this rabbit hole of Twitter bots, and he just kind of drives himself crazy because he can't tell if they're real or fake people. Because like the type of like they're actually having intellectual conversations about sports or stuff, but then like they're posting all the same photos, and their profile photo is like weirdly suspicious, and it's just like, what's going on here? Why is this?
It was generic ass one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like why is this?
Mad. I'd be angry.
Yeah, so do you think it's real?
It's genuine anymore. I would actually go insane.
What do you think about the dead internet theory? Do you think it's has any validity?
Unfortunately, that is I think it's a real theory, unfortunately.
I do too. I think right now, I think that Twitter's the worst with it. They have probably, if I had to guess, like maybe, I actually have no idea, but if I just had to throw a number out there, I'd say like maybe 40%, maybe 30% of the, maybe.
If you see like a hit tweet and you copy and paste it in a search, you'll find thousands of the same tweet, same picture, and they're all literally posted within like 3 seconds of each other.
Yeah, there's also a lot of just people who like steal tweets on Twitter. But what's really interesting is like when you see a tweet,
But then like you'll click on their Twitter and it's obviously like all hit tweets.
oh yeah, those are just like scalper, like people from certain places who just try to make some money off Twitter ads. But on sometimes I just see a tweet and I'm like, no way, this tweet has 40,000 retweets and 10 comments. What's going on here? Like, how many of these retweets are botted? Is this really a viral tweet, or is this like pushing something?
Yeah, I kind of just gave up on paying. That's one thing I did, like, just get off of Twitter. I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. So half of the time it was just like either sex bots, and I made the video about this. It was either like sex bots or it was just like a lot of drama, and I guess a lot of it's directed to like what you're looking up or what you click on. But sometimes it'd be like something I'm not even like interested in. I'll probably click on like a shoe ad, and I'm, oh, that's a nice shoe, and then like, oh, okay, cool, those are some like Pumas or whatever, and then like a week later it'll be like some porn star bent over, ass open, and they're wearing like the Pumas that I was like already currently looking at.
I thought you
It's like shit.
I thought you turned on the. Yeah, I mean with Twitter it's really weird.
I did turn it on, but then like sometimes it skips the sensitive content, and it'll be like talking about shoe apparel, and then like different things. It'll just be like them showing their outfits. You click on it and the first comment is like them, like I said, spread cheeks with those shoes on. And then sometimes it'll just like only detect like certain things, and it won't flag it as like pornography or like sensitive posting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like it gets around because it gets around the algorithm and how it goes, so I can see it. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to see any of this stuff. And then it eventually starts affecting what you do look up. And then I'm just like, oh, this is like brain rot. And then I have to like step away from social media.
Well,
It's really weird. I always take breaks, so I feel like that's the better thing to do.
yeah, props to you for deleting Twitter. I feel like that out of all the social media platforms, that one is like made to serve the most like disrupting content. Not even brain rot, because like I feel like Instagram does brain rot really well, but Twitter does like incredibly like political posts where it's like to the point of these extremism narratives. Like, dude, I'm getting like straight up like racist, like super like, you know, like white power shit in my timeline. I'm like, whoa.
If I look up Twitter, I the last thing I did, and this is exactly what ended it for me, I bookmark a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about these two kids fighting, and two of them are like black children.
Okay.
And we don't know what was said before. I'm actually gonna link it to you on Discord. I'm gonna link it to you, and then if you scroll down, all of it is just like racism, and it kills me because that's what really did it for me. And I'm just like, man, there's no way that like this was recommended to me.
Yeah, people are so
It's
outwardly racist on, and bro, I'm not even trying to be
then
like one of
it's-
those like
And then
people, but
you gotta remember, we used to be David. We came from where racism was everywhere, but now like it was more like a thing. People are like,
no, it feels more apparent
comfortable
nowadays.
with it.
It feels so apparent nowadays.
people are really comfortable with it. And then actually, I'm gonna share my screen so you can look at some of them. We don't gotta show this on the podcast,
No, let's not.
but like it says things like
Yeah, I can't
this,
even
and then
say
it was
that.
only like it was a fight between children, and then like it really messed with me. And then I'm just like, and this one is just like effing animals. Poor kid tried to walk away, but then like there was literally a fight. It was a fight between two kids. One like again it was recorded. Like y'all should have dealt with that personally. But then like it eventually turned into just like a like black people kind of thing, like, and those poor slaves, some said, and then someone just posted the letter N, and then like if I really go to these people and like look at their Twitters, it's like it's the same stuff.
Yeah,
It's all the same stuff.
yeah.
And then if you look at the caption, it was white people better not use this as an excuse to call them the N-word.
Yeah, that was posted by an anti-racist, anti-white, black activist pastor with 19 kids. So, this is what I'm saying about bots. Like, is this a real person?
Like I don't know if this is a real person. And it's just like people are just like they're comfortable with it.
Well, that's
Like this
also
one's
like the thing
connected
about
mind like traders,
you
and
know,
investors. Like, people are just
being able to be anonymous. Like, people are gonna be like extreme in that aspect. Which,
like people are just they're just
yeah, that guy's kind of based.
they're comfortable with being racist now, and that's what really like kills me. And it's definitely because like
There was something I saw
something
that
changed
was out of context.
within the past 10 years.
Um.
Something changed.
Well, I think with X specifically, it's pretty wild. Also, yeah, what you were saying about like porn bots, it's really the only platform, and that's also the draw of it. It's like it's the only platform where you like it is the Wild West. So, I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know if people are just comfortable with this being this way. And don't get me wrong, in 2016, like posting on Instagram memes, like I would get those comments and like DMs and like everything else, and it was just like people are like, oh, that was just only a thing of the time. And then I'm just like, I get the edgy humor, but it came to a point where it stopped being edgy humor, and then people starting accepting it as just regular talk. That's what really killed me. So like if I really went back like 10 years and talked to myself when I was like 16, 14, like 14, 16, I'd be like, dude, don't do this page. Don't like
Yeah, on
on
Twitter, it's crazy because there's dedicated, and it's
Dude,
from
it's
all
just
sides
bad.
where there's people posting about race supremacy, and it's just like I never like grew up in a world where that was actually a thing. I think you can say the same, where it's like, I think we very clearly understood that like everybody's the same, like skin color doesn't matter. I thought that was so apparent, but now it's just like people like genuinely believe.
But now like people would genuinely like say it,
and I'm like, whoa.
and then like that's what kills
Maybe
me, because I'm
maybe
just
the
like,
world isn't as cohesive,
Black and white,
cohesive,
so,
so
like-
so unified as we believed. There's a good race joke in that.
there was not a good phrase joke in this at all. It's very it's very weird. They're very open about it, and I guess just because now with media I'm more exposed to it, and then I feel like now more than ever with people our age, they might not notice it being such, because even in human resources they teach you about how things work, because it comes to like hiring. There's like bird of the feather syndrome, where it's like you keep hiring people that only like look like you and you feel like look like you, and you relate back to and ignore other people because you're like, well, this one's like he kind of really gels with me, instead of like being like base and giving everyone a chance. and that's like unconventional racism. You didn't know you were being racist, but it's definitely a thing. Like, say if you say something and your accent comes off like a stereotype, you didn't mean it. You didn't mean it that way. You didn't see it that way, but then someone else did, and it's like, well, you kind of said that about this black person when it comes to this, and that's like a hot topic. You kind of accidentally did. You didn't know you did. You didn't feel like you did, but unfortunately you did. And then in those cases, you got to kind of be like, well, I have to explain it to you. And then that's when they're like, oh, we have like these racist trainings, da 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 da. And that's when they have to talk to both parties.
Bro, I would not want to do HR, so props to you, because I could not
like
take that seriously.
It's awkward. It's awkward situations like that.
But ironically, I think you would be really
Words.
well fitted for that position, because you're you're just like you come from a time where it's like, bro, we're watching Filthy Frank and these people who post the most absurd stuff, so you know how it is, where it's like, okay, I get it, but you also are the mediator, where it's like, hey, this is we're living in current times. You got to keep it real. This is a work environment.
You gotta sit there and be like, things change. You gotta understand things change. Some people don't like for example, like a lot of like older people just like will be racist, and everyone's like, well, that's different. I've been saying this shit for years, and it's just like, but in the big 2025 twin, like, so you gotta explain it to them. I gotta say, nah, dog, you tripping. In the big 2025, you got me fucked up. Like, oh god, bro, don't even chat right now. Like, chat, am I tripping or like am I valid? You gotta explain it like that.
Yeah, man, dude, HR, just no way, dude. If you have to tell that to like an 80-year-old dude, it's like, damn, bro.
It's like a thing where I'm saying like, hey man, you called this black man boy, and that has a lot of like loaded racist tension to it. And it's just like, well, I call everyone boy. I'm always in my boys. I say everyone's a boy, and I'm like, that's cool. But
I could tell you're mentally preparing for these conversations.
dude, no, you have to. There's like classes, like in the class they teach you, you have to prepare for those conversations. I had to prepare for like accidental racism. I had to prepare for like old people not understanding. I had to prepare for like sexual harassment and like how to go along with that, because it's really tready where I'm just like, I can get up and be like, well, you're fired. She said you touched him, but then I had to open an investigation. I have to talk to her and say, hey, I can't just go out there and fire him, and you're not going to understand why. Because right now you're frantic, and I can't make it seem like you're being delusional. I have to respect what you say, but then I also got to pull him in and say, well, what happened? Well, he said nothing happened, and you're lying. And I can't discredit him. I have to be down the middle. Either I got to believe, okay, I had to believe him, but I also got to believe you. I got to put it in the middle, and I take a week process, figure out through cameras, figure out through people, talk to the people, see what happens. Either it can be like a thing where I'm like, well, we let him go, but it's been like 3 weeks, and now you lost faith in me because I didn't believe you immediately.
So,
or I punish both parties.
So you know how like,
but I don't understand why like she's getting punished. There's like no reason she is.
yeah.
But if it's like, you know what, I got to get rid of this entirely, then I look like an asshole. And I have to burden that.
Yeah, and then it makes you
sometimes
makes you question like what influences you. Like how judges. I never knew this until quite some time ago, but judges, they can't really like look at outside sources for a case that's being that they're trialing.
Nope.
I didn't know that, and I at the time joked with my cousin Juju, where we were talking about like some trial going on with a judge, and I was just like, why doesn't he just like watch Twitch chat to get a second opinion? And Juju was like, bro, that would be so against like the law.
Everything they're told.
And I just imagine like a
Because I
judge
can't-
just at home in his robe or whatever, just kind of looking at
Just can't have any outside influence. It's really weird.
Yeah, so yeah. That's one thing I'm really worried about, where it's like if these bots get so good at, because like AI, the one thing it's really good at is convincing. Even if it's wrong, it is so good at it. It made me watch a fucking hour-and-a-half movie that was the wrong movie. So I'm just thinking, like, if these bots actually have like a narrative to like push, like when it comes to advertising, it's kind of like a scary world where we think like what actually influences us, and is it genuinely from us, or are we being persuaded? So I mean, that goes down a whole rabbit hole that we could save for another day.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, especially with social media and its training and taking our data and customing something for everybody. It gives you stuff that exactly like for example, Twitter will give you stuff you don't want to see. And they'll do it on purpose. It's like the biggest amount of rage bait I've ever noticed like through Twitter.
Yeah.
In like for example, like other people's Twitter. Like we have people in our friend group who are like would see the same thing I would see on Twitter. And I'd be like, that's fucked up. That's it. They'd be like, well, it's not wrong. And I was like, all right. Like intentionally would like rage bait somehow, but then people have started like associating that with like everyone knows this kind of deal. It's more of like a single-headed mindset, and that really like fucks me up.
Are you talking about?
And then
well,
I'm just like,
yeah, I feel like more than ever with and I mean this could be something completely different from what you're talking about, but with like anti-Semitism, because in all seriousness, like yes, there are situations where like Jewish people are in, and I said this like on an older podcast, and I'm like maybe I should have not said that, but where Jewish people have more power in certain roles, and they, they're financially good, but that does not represent every Jewish person, and I think like the levels of anti-Semitism actually are low-key kind of like more intrusive than ever, because I can understand the perspective of someone being anti-Zionist. Are you familiar with that phrasing?
that is anti.
Yeah, it's essentially being against the state of Israel. And I was talking with my cousin about this too, and then he had his friend on FaceTime with us, and he was super like pro Israel. So I'm like, I guess everyone really does have a different take. But I will say that with anti-Semitism, I do feel like it is, and then it's just like Kanye is not helping. This
dude, and like even to be funny, like still like a whole Kanye shit, even to be funny.
Well, there's people I
get
know who are bumping to his new song HH, and it's not even that, it doesn't even go that
ironic, dummy. And then it becomes slowly unironic in their brain. Like
that's what the dangerous thing is about like the whole anti-Semitism stuff.
Even meme songs. Like I remember "Pumped Up Kicks" was like one of the big ones, like back in 2016.
Dude, I never even knew that was a song about shooting up schools. I genuinely thought that song just goes hard, and now that song is.
It was like it goes up hard, and then it got associated with shooting up schools, and then it's like, oh. No.
Why didn't it even get associated with that? Because when you listen to the song, if I'm not mistaken, it's just like a catchy song.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh wait, this is about shooting up schools.
Is it?
Like I shouldn't bump this on the bus.
Probably not. Well, that. But
then people be like,
that's song. They ruined that
new
song.
Stuff for being funny.
Well,
like being a meme, just being.
I feel like
Pumped
Up Kicks is like much less aggressive, because it's at the end of the day, like if someone doesn't know like the inside to that whole thing, it's like, okay, that's just a song. Where if you're listening to
no, I mean it still sounds like you're shooting up something.
Does it? I mean, it's just like what Pumped Up Kicks. What, I don't even know the lyrics, but better
run from my gun.
I mean, it could be in Call of Duty, but look, all I'm saying is compare that to Kanye's song HH. Which one is like Kanye's way song, more like on the nose?
HH is definitely way
on
worse.
The nose. That could be a good joke.
It's just blatant, like it's a obviously, how do I say, in your life you're taught this is a bad period in time. This is awful. Hitler was awful. He did. If you look at it, he just killed people because he didn't like them. Really, if you put it down. But other people will like justify it. They're like, well, he's doing it for his religion.
Well, he was doing it for his race, I'm pretty sure, just the Germans. And I could understand having pride in your race. Like, I'm, happy to be a Puerto Rican, but I'm also not a Nazi, like,
Yeah, it's like, and then it's like some people were just like, for them, listen to it being ironic. They're just being funny.
No,
it's like, just in an ironic way, dude. But then sometimes irony has this funny thing where eventually it'll like thin out. It becomes like a little string, and then it'll eventually just become unironic.
The thing is,
and then your head, you're just like randomly like, that song was kind of hard.
We can agree that Kanye did get treated poorly in the industry.
Kanye all for it.
He got his bank
Yes.
accounts taken away. He got his songs taken away. He got his Adidas deal taken away. He went through a lot of stuff, and I'm not saying all his struggles are invalid. I just feel like the approach is, it could be better.
The approach one is
It was
crazy, and then you got to remember
once
why
him
it
praising
happened.
Jesus to him praising a war criminal.
Like, it eventually dwindled down into insanity, and they look as like, well, maybe the Jewish people did take that away, but you gotta remember what started this. Like, you gotta like look back. It's like they're taking this shit away from him, but then like he's just like, I haven't hate Jewish people. They need to burn. They have my bank account. They need to die. And then it's like, get off my bank. I don't need you here. Like, you're saying that type of shit, and it's a thing of like, that's their image. It's just like, well, Kanye says a bunch of like Jewish people are running Chase Bank.
The thing is, it is like it is tough because like I do believe in full freedom of speech. I feel like,
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, if he wants to post a song, it is what it is. It's just also tough because if he rapped about anything else, if he said "Hail the Devil," that song would be on all streaming platforms. If he said, I mean, like what, "Hail," what, Stalin, I'm sure that would be fine. "Hail," like really, like what, Putin, that would be fine. I can see he is really like the not even anti-hero. That's not even the right word, because that's yeah, that's
That was originally your brand. Hold on, wait a second.
yeah, that sounds bad.
Chat,
Guys,
cut that.
I'm just trying to understand both sides.
I get what you're saying, because you're like, you say anything else, but then it's like a notorious war criminal that even Germany does not like acknowledging.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's such a
It's
focused
like they've
group
came
of
out and
people.
said he did bad things.
Do you think if he released a
we don't
song
agree? We're trying to repair that.
do you think if he released a song called like "Kill All a Specific Race That's Not Jewish People," it would get taken down? Because that's that
at this day and age, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like before Kanye did this, probably not, but after, definitely it's a thing now. I think they're using him as an example, and they're gonna keep that as the status quo now. And he's just upset that he's the first person, if that makes sense. Not the first person necessarily, but like, you know, he's being made an example of, which definitely down the line, no one's gonna try this again. But if they did, they're probably gonna be met with the same reaction.
like
It's just on a different scale, because it's Kanye West and he has a lot of influence. He has a lot of eyes on him. Other than like you saying it, when it's like minimal eyes and not really a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? It's your impact, it's your image, it's your influence. That's the difference there.
it's a tough
It's just like-
situation.
But you know what's even a tougher situation?
That I have to export this podcast at an hour and a half.
Ending the podcast. Thank you guys for like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow Dangani on the It's Puppy Coded YouTube channel. That's our side project we're doing, where we will lay down and just like dogs. But also look out for our new uploads. And thank you if you made it this far.
Shout out our one
And
viewer.
David, say something, 'cause I'm rambling.
Shout out our one viewer who watched this entirely. Comment
And shout out the
And
one
say-
viewer that watched this.
say I'm the one viewer who did it. #swag. And Josh will personally fly you out to his studio apartment and play some Lego Star Wars with you. Maybe. No guarantees. Terms and conditions apply.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can you do the Markiplier outro
I
for
did
that?
the Markiplier outro for the last video.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. All right, let's end it. Goodbye.